There's the toss by Kip Kissinger. Kansas has it, and we are underway in the Dillon Sunflower Showdown. This is Melvin Council. Dribbles middle of the floor. Far side to Trey White. Off a screen, here's Jamari McDowell. Left side, Council. Back to White. Into the corner it goes. Back up top, Jamari with it. And now into the corner, this is Tiller. K-State playing tough defense, 7 in which to shoot. Oh, there's a step through and a nice bucket by Bryson Tiller to give KU a lead of 2-0.
He's bigger than Taj Manning, and he was willing to keep moving and moving without picking up pivot foot, and was able to get to the basket and score.
Wildcats with the ball for the first time. Here's Buka at the top of the circle, off to Taj Manning. He'll kick it to Taj, left side three, swish! Taj Manning knocks down a triple for the Wildcats, their first of the night. That feels good. K-State in front, 3-2.
K-State's a good three-point shooting team, but that's only the third make of the year by Taj.
How about that? Here's White, goes to Tiller, into the middle, Badunga, 13-footer, swish. Badunga puts Kansas in front, 4-3.
He is so improved over last year.
Oh, especially in that mid-range shot, right?
Yeah, that's a shot most teams will be willing to give up, a 12-footer, but he was able to make it, the lefty knocking it home.
Just over a minute into the game, 4-3 in favor of Kansas. Wildcats have it. Here's Taj Manning. Off to Nate Johnson. Johnson works to the left of Buka. Doreen Buka wants to get that basketball to the top of the circle and does. Here's Castillo. Back to Doreen. He can shoot the three. He will. Misses off the back iron, and the long rebound comes to Kansas.
Kansas defense good, forcing the bigs to shoot the first two shots from behind the arc for K-State.
Here's McDowell, left side triple. That one off the mark, and the rebound to Buka. Cats down one. Not quite 2 minutes in. Haggerty will push it. Shake and bake move. Foul line jumper on the way. Forced a little bit. The follow misses by Buka. He'll try again and draws the foul. Doreen Buka is fouled on the left side of the rim. It will be the game's first foul. Kip Kissinger with that call. It's 4-3 Jayhawks, and that foul is against Trey White.
He was on the backside and a smaller guy reaching in. On the front side was the real shot blocker. Flory Badunga blocked a shot, and Bill Self was like, hey, he blocked that clean, but he didn't see that from behind. K-State's Buka got hit by Trey White.
Buka this year, 15 of 26 at the free throw line, and this one will miss. K-State will see if he can make one of two and tie the game at 4. Just a couple of 2 or 3 seconds away from being into the game 2 full minutes. Here's Buka. Shot on the way. That one is a little bit strong too, and KU will run down the long rebound in the left corner.
You're going to have to make your free throws tonight to win this game.
No question. Melvin Council into the front court for the Jayhawks, wearing white. K-State, the anthracite grays. Here's McDowell. McDowell has it high left. There's the lob inside for Tiller. Nice kick into the corner. White fakes the three, steps back, can't get off the shot. Here's Badunga on the drive, spins back baseline side, misses the shot, and the rebound to Kansas State. That is Nate Johnson with the rebound. Wildcats will push it here. Nate has it on the left side, dribbles to the top of the circle. Back to the left it goes. This is Castillo with the ball. David in the corner, guarded by Trey White. Off to Buka. Buka left of the lane, looking. Nice shovel pass. Castillo. Oh, he missed it right at the rim on the left side on the cut. And here's Johnson for three. Good! Nate Johnson knocks down a triple for the Wildcats. Their second early in the game, and Kansas State leads 6-4.
That's Taj Manning going to work on the offensive boards and then kicking it out for that three-point shot.
3 minutes into the game, Kansas with the ball. Council to Badunga up top. Flory, one bounce of that ball. Off to Trey White. Foul line jumper on the way. Rattles off. Rebound to Buka. Nicely done there by Doreen Buka and the Wildcats to make KU go one and done. Here's Nate Johnson. Step back three. Left that one just off, grazing the front of the rim. And KU on the floor. K-State on the floor. A tie-up. The possession arrow is to the Wildcats, and they have a 6-4 lead at 16-38. And the students over on the far side loving that.
Well, you got Doreen Buka and Taj Manning, Wyatt, guys who don't normally start on the floor, getting rebounds, hustling, clearing the boards on defense, doing a great job to start the game.
16:38 to go. Here comes Marcus Johnson to the scorer's table. That may be a little bit of a surprise to some. Marcus doesn't play a lot. It's only his 7th appearance. He averages just over 4.5 minutes per game, and he'll give Buka a rest. Shot clock reset to 20. P.J. Haggerty to play it left baseline. Bounces it in. It's Nate Johnson with the ball. Out high to Marcus Johnson. Now to P.J. Haggerty. Shot clock is at 12. Haggerty quickly doubled. Nice help by Tiller. 7 seconds to shoot. P.J. drives baseline. Can't get it off. Here's Nate Johnson to Marcus. Three-pointer on the left. No. Off the front rim. And the long rebound down to Kansas's Elmarko Jackson, who is in for the first time.
He's playing the center, but he can shoot the three.
He sure can. Trey White with the basketball. Works right side. This is Badunga with it. Off to Melvin Council. Council gets a screen. Top of the circle to White. Left side to Jackson. Elmarko will kick it back out. They swing it to White. Wide open three is good. Trey White knocks that one down. Stares at the K-State bench. That's the Jayhawks' first three-pointer, and they lead in the ball game 7-6.
Best percentage and most three-point makes for KU. Cannot let him have that.
Marcus Johnson right side. Here's Castillo. David with the dribble towards the left side wing. Gives it up to P.J. Haggerty. They have bottled P.J. up early in this game. He drives, shoots it, misses from 13. Ball is into the hands of Trey White. Here comes KU up one. It's 7-6. White with it. Top of the circle, Council. He will drive on Castillo. Little floater from 8 is good. Trey White with a bucket there. And we've got a whistle, and Taj Manning comes down and is grabbing his knee.
Right knee.
Yeah. Council hits the bucket. And we will go to break with KU in front 9-6. Back after this on the K-State Sports Network from Learfield. C.J. Jones in for the Wildcats now, and a little bit of pressure from the Jayhawks defensively. Kansas has won 8 of its last 10 despite that 1-2 conference start. K-State got in the win column in the league, beating Utah earlier this week, trying for 2 in a row here at home. Here's Buka with the ball on the left wing, has the ball up over his head, gets it to Marcus Johnson. 12 on the Wildcats shot clock. Right side, ball knocked away by White. Good hustle by C.J. Jones to run it down, but only 5 on the shot clock as he crosses the timeline. C.J. stops and pops for 3. That one is no good, and the rebound is to the Kansas Jayhawks and Elmarko Jackson.
K-State needs to get P.J. Haggerty going and scoring.
Jackson to White. Now to Melvin Council, middle of the floor. Dribbles with the left hand and now the right at center circle.
Set play.
There's a screen by Tiller. They'll roll it to Tiller on the give and go, and he will score it. Tiller now with 4. Kansas on top, 11-6.
He is not as good of offensive player as he is defensive, but that time got the pick and roll and scored it.
KU with a 7-0 run over the last 129, and Marcus Johnson misses a long 3. Buka has the rebound. He's clubbed, and a whistle and a foul on Kansas. It will be their second foul of the night. Kip Kissinger with the call. He looks back at his running mate Brooks Wells. This one will go against KU and Elmarko Jackson.
How about Buka? It's worked so far. 6 rebounds, Wyatt, already.
Yeah, that is impressive, isn't it?
He's using his size advantage. This game's being played with a shorter group of lineup. Kansas is kind of a 4-guard team. Flory Badunga is not the tallest guy in the world, even though he can jump out of the gym. And K-State's playing smaller because of injury.
7-0 advantage on the run for KU. K-State plays it in. It's C.J. Jones near the timeline here on the near side. Dribbles to the middle of the floor. Keeps the dribble. Drives against Badunga. Looking right. Now lobs over the top. Good catch by the big man, and he will stuff it. Nice play by Doreen Buka, and that makes it 11-8 KU.
Good pass over the top, and he took his time and said, I'm not going to get the shot block. I'm going to dunk it.
CJ always has been a good passer. Here's Tiller driving into the lane. Stops, fakes, shoots it, got it. Tiller off to a good start with 6. KU on top 13-8, a 5-point advantage with 13:38 to go in the period. Kostic in the game for the first time. Off to Nate Johnson. Johnson has it on the right wing. Here's a whistle and a hold inside. This one will go against Tiller. Bryson Tiller with his first team foul, number 3.
He enrolled last year in January, Wyatt, but sat out and redshirted. He's done a nice job starting every game as a freshman, but he's having a little trouble with Doreen Buka trying to get position there on defense. He fouled him.
He's 6'11 and 240. It's not like he's small, but Buka is 7'2 and 245-ish. Here's Jamari McDowell back in. He will replace Tiller for Kansas.
Kansas does not go very deep in their lineup, and tonight they don't have their star, Darren Peterson.
He is out with a sprained ankle. Here's the lob into Buka, right side wing. K-State is down 4 guys, including 3 starters for most of this season. 13:25 to go in the half. Here's PJ, kicks it into the corner. Now Kostic with it, left side on the move. Back out to Nate Johnson. He will drive into the lane, spins, turns, shoots. Can't get it to go. Tipped by Buka. He will corral it. Kicks it to Nate Johnson. Back out to CJ. Get in there. That one is wide left, and it didn't draw iron. And K-State tried to save it, but Buka could not. Wildcats down 5, and the Jayhawks will have the ball.
What a job by Buka. I wish he just would have turned and scored. We saw earlier a great job by Taj Manning getting a rebound. He's not as tall, and he was 5 feet away from the basket. This time I thought Doreen Buka was close enough to the basket that he ought to turn and shoot rather than kick it out.
13 minutes to go in a quick moving first half. Only 3 fouls in the game, all against Kansas. Here's Council with the ball, right side. He works against CJ. Off to Elmarco Jackson to the rim, and he's fouled underneath the basket. It'll go against Buka. Doreen with his first. Jayhawks so far have hit 6 of 9 shots, while K-State has gone just 3 of 14.
They're going to say it's a shooting foul, and there's interpretation by the officials with the rules this year. A lot of times they say shooting foul.
Yep.
Any doubt, go to the line.
Elmarco Jackson from Marlton, New Jersey. Free throw on the way, and perfect. Speaking of, a lot of people forget that this guy was a McDonald's All-American, but that's a fact.
Exactly, because they got guys like Darren Peterson and Flory Badunga, and so when you have 3 on your roster all the time, sometimes you might forget, but that's right. Last year he redshirted. He played and started 17 times 2 years ago.
They tell us he was a terrific lacrosse player in high school. Free throw here is good. Boy, you don't see too many lacrosse basketball combo guys, do you?
No,
or do you?
But if you did, they would be good at that sport.
I would say. Here's PJ in the lane. That one won't go. Buka nearly tipped it in. Tries again and scores. Buka knocks it down and has 4. That makes it Jayhawks 15 and the Wildcats 10 at 10, or make it 12:31 to go in the half. Council to Trey White. White right of the lane. Stops. Pops. Off the heel. Ball tipped out front. KU will get another opportunity. White to Council. Melvin Council with the ball. Crossover dribble. Back to the left he goes. Into the lane. A little floater from 6. Good. Boy, Melvin Council is long and good. 17-10 KU.
Many people around Kansas basketball believe he's their second best player after Darren Peterson.
That's exactly what they will tell you, or at least most of them. Right side, Kostic a 3. That one is good! Oh, I'd love to see him hit that. Maybe that will get him going. 3 makes tonight from distance. 17-13 KU over K-State.
KU's getting the shots in the paint. K-State's trying to stay alive and stay close with 3-point shots.
Here's Council with the ball. Skips it to Jackson. Elmarco on the drive, but lost the ball. Here's Kostic. He will run. Kicks it to the left to Castillo. Into the corner it goes. This is C.J. Jones. Back out high to Kostic. A 3 on the way. Yes, sir! Andre Kostic with back-to-back triples. That's 4 for Kansas State. And the Wildcats are back to within 1 at 17-16.
He's so good on offense.
He can really shoot it. Here's the drive. Council with a floater. Good from 10 feet. My, oh my, that's 6.
That's a hard shot, and he's done it twice like it's no big deal.
He's made all 3 of his shots. KU leads 19-16. Kostic again. Heat check, he got it. 3 in a row for Kostic. How about that?
Most 3-point makes he's had this year.
Tied 19 all. K-State has hit its last 4. Jayhawks with it. Here's Council. Council working left side underneath the bucket. Into the corner, Elmarco Jackson. He will drive, stops and pops, and hits from 7. Elmarco Jackson with his first bucket, his 4th point. KU back in front, 21-19.
KU shooting 5-footers and 10-footers, and K-State shooting bombs.
Yeah, that's it right now. Here's P.J. Haggerty. P.J. hasn't gotten going yet. Here's the drive for him. Off to Kostic. He's feeling it and drives. Has it stripped on his way to the bucket and out of bounds. And we will go to break as Taj Manning is ready to check back into the game. 10-12 to go in the half. KU by 2, 21-19 on the K-State Sports Network from Learfield. What a shot in the arm Andre Kostic has given Kansas State in 4 minutes, Dan. He's gone 3 for 3 from downtown and has 9 points.
9 points ties his K-State best, Wyatt, and 3 3-point makes already better. So off to a good start. It's all about Kostic and Doreen Buka for K-State. If you're in the huddle for Kansas, you're looking and you're saying, are you kidding me? Buka's got 8 rebounds, 4 points, and Kostic has 9 points and 3 3-point makes. Those are the 2 guys that have stood out for K-State. When will P.J. Haggerty for the Wildcats start scoring? You know, Wyatt, He's going to be pressing and expecting to get 20 sometime tonight. He has 3 assists, no turnovers, but he's 0 for 3 and has not scored, even though he played almost 10 minutes.
10-12 to go in the first half. As we continue, K-State will play it baseline far side. Shot clock at 12. Here's the inbounds to Taj Manning. Great to see him back in the game. Top of the circle, Kostic, and now to PJ. 6 seconds, 5 seconds to go. Crossover spin move, fakes. Fadeaway is blocked by Badunga, and that will be a shot clock violation against the Wildcats. Tough there for PJ to try to get one up and over the 6'10 Flory Badunga.
Best shot blocker in the Big 12, 52nd block of the year. He was in perfect position. It was an easy block for him. Now, both teams are battling a little bit of injury bug, Wyatt, but Kansas has only allowed 6 different guys to go out on the court so far.
Yeah, Jaden Dawson is now in. There's the lob inside, and Kostic knocked it away. Good play on the backside help as Badunga had position there against Taj Manning, and that was a good play to knock that one away by Kostic.
And that's big because his minutes are limited because of his defensive shortcomings. That was great help side defense.
Here's the lob inside for Badunga, just to the left of the lane. Jamari McDowell with it, off to Melvin Council. Council with the ball, he'll drive towards the rim. There's the lob and the stuff for Tiller. Great catch and dunk. KU on top. Our score 23-19.
Well, Council's tough when he drives and hits that floater and then drives and makes you think he's shooting a floater, and instead it turns into a lob and dunk.
TJ Haggerty with it, working right side. Here's the drive by Nate Johnson. Through the lane he goes. Gets a return pass from Castillo. Back to David, and now back to Nate. Shot clock is at 8. K-State on the move here. Here's the drive. Shot is blocked again by Kansas' Flory Badunga as he got, that time, Nate Johnson. KU with the lead in the ball. 9 minutes to go in the half. It's a 4-point advantage. Into the corner it goes to Tiller. Tiller, a couple of dribbles with that basketball. He'll work against Kostic, backing his way down. Throws it across the lane, but threw it right to Taj. Manning pushes it ahead, and now we may have a double dribble here, and we do. Yeah, that one against Nate Johnson.
Nate Johnson was the lead point guard type player running a break. Thought it was 3-on-2, 3-on-3. He was looking and he decided, oh, I'm going to pass when he got past half court. Then he changed his mind. It was too late. He kind of brought the ball right to his midsection and then started dribbling again. Illegal.
Buka back in the game replacing Taj Manning. Buka, Nate Johnson, PJ Haggerty, Castillo, and Andre Kostic. KU with the ball. Elmarco Jackson with it. Into the corner, Tiller fakes the 3. Back up top, Dawson. Right side, Elmarco Jackson on the move. He's cut off. Here's Badunga just above the free throw line. Dribbles and now gives it up to Tiller. Top of the circle, Jamari McDowell. He spins, gets it to Badunga. Forces his way inside. Good quick move, and he misses the stuff. And the rebound to K-State and Nate Johnson. He pushes it ahead. Here's Kostic, a 3 on the left. You can count it again! Oh my, he's got 12 and 4 triples. 23-22, Kansas has a block at the rim, and they're gonna count the basket, and I don't understand why. That was below the rim, I think. That makes it 25-22 as they count that shot, apparently.
If they call it a goaltend, they can go and erase it.
They're going to call a foul on the Wildcats also. It will be K-State's second. Layup was good by Elmarco Jackson. And he now has 6 points in the game. And he'll shoot a free throw after the foul by Haggerty, his first. Jackson shoots this one up there, and it is good. 7 points for Elmarco Jackson. It's 26-22 Jayhawks. 8 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Haggerty. They've done a really good job of limiting PJ's touches. He's 0 for 4 with the ball here at the top of the circle. Works to the left side. Gets a return pass, shoots a long 3. That one off the mark. Ball is tipped and into the hands of Badunga. KU with it. Here's Elmarco Jackson into the front court. Gets it to Badunga. Flory Badunga with the ball. There's the back cut by Dawson. He's cut off by Kostic. Good defense by Andre. Back to Badunga. 15 on the shot for KU. Badunga at the point, needing help. Finds his man. This is Dawson on the drive. Loses the ball. Picks it back up. He's on his fanny. Gets it off to Tiller. There's the lob and a foul. Badunga is pushed underneath the bucket and went down, and Jerome Tang is unhappy.
Andre Kostic has 4 3-point makes, so K-State trying to find everybody who's available to come make plays. But a guy that I was concerned about was Flory Badunga for KU, just doing the little things, blocking shots, the way he can leap Wyatt. When he's been on the floor, Kansas has outscored K-State by 8 points. The next best plus-minus for a KU player, 4.
How about that?
So he does a lot of little things, kind of like Taj Manning, but even better.
His free throw will rattle out. He is 0 for 1 at the line. He has 2 points, but again, that always doesn't necessarily tell the story with him because he alters so many shots. He averages nearly 9 rebounds a game, best shot blocker in the league, and this free throw is off the mark. He goes 0 for 2.
He's a decent free throw shooter, misses both.
Wildcats down 4, 7:18 to go in the half. PJ Haggerty with the basketball between the rings out high. Bounces it to the high post to Buka. Doreen, one bounce of the ball, looking left and now right. Back to the left he goes. Here's PJ. PJ high left. Off to Nate Johnson. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Buka with the ball. Off to Kostic. Good defense by Dawson. There's the ball screen. Here's the 3 for Kostic. That one off the mark, and the rebound to Elmarco Jackson.
Shot clock running down, still a good try.
It was. Here's the pass inside, and that one is tipped out. The fans are unhappy. They're going to look at this. The Wildcat bench is going to look. They thought KU tipped it, but the signal was KU basketball. Let's see if the Cats will let it go, and I think they will. TJ.
K-State still trying to decide. They're subbing before they decide, trying to stall.
Yeah.
And they look at a replay. They got a computer that they look at.
Yeah, they're going to call a timeout and look at it. They're convinced that it went off of Kansas. Buka went down at the other end and was grabbing a little bit at his right ankle and came up the floor. Let's hope he is all right. K-State is so beat up anyway. With 4 players missing the game, we saw Taj Manning go out of the game earlier with holding his knee, and now he's back. I think it's going to be all right for Buka, but boy, you never like that when
he came down and got hit after his leg was planted also. But they're checking to see if a bad bounce pass that went near Trey White from Kansas as he was trying to hug along the baseline, did it flick off of his fingertips and go out of bounds? K-State believes that it would be called and overturned. That would only be the 3rd turnover of the game against Kansas, so every possession being valued here.
Kip Kissinger and his crew, Brooks Wells, Tommy Johnson as running mates as they continue to look at it. A K-State challenge here at 6:49 to go before the intermission, and KU on top 26-22. They're shooting 69%. K-State only 33%, but it's a 4-point game. As odd as that sounds, it's really true.
Haggerty hit the ball first as Kansas tried to make the pass, which made it a worse pass when Trey White decided to try to keep away from it and let it go out of bounds. But did he accidentally tip it? There's a guy that played at USC, Louisville, and then last year at Illinois under Brad Underwood coming into the game.
We'll have the call coming here from Kip Kissinger.
After review, the challenge is confirmed. Kansas State ball.
If you have a timeout left, you can challenge. If you are wrong, the timeout is counted against you and you cannot challenge again. But because K-State was right, it does not burn a timeout, and they can challenge again later in the game if they have a timeout available.
Good work by the Wildcat crew there to get that one to the attention of Jerome Tang. And K-State wins the challenge. They have the basketball. Wearing the dark grays, the anthracite grays as they call them here tonight. Here's PJ Haggerty, bounces it right side to Buka. Buka, middle of the floor with the basketball. Now spins back to the right side. Looking for help and a cutter. Finds PJ Haggerty high left. Shot clock is at 10. Haggerty right side to Nate Johnson. KU playing good defense here. There's the kick into the corner. Taj for 3. Yes, sir! Taj Manning knocks down a second triple in the game. How about that? That's 7 for the Wildcats, and K-State to within 1 at 26-25.
How about Taj Manning? He's the guy that's been left open. The defense has been very good on David Castile and PJ Haggerty.
Council with the ball up top. Here's White. Trey White puts it off the board. No. Rebound to Nate Johnson. K-State with a chance to take the lead. Nate with the ball. Three-pointer for Castillo in the lead. Boom! He got it! David Castillo knocks down a triple. That's 8. And a timeout with Kansas State into the lead. It's 28-26. This will be a 30-second Kansas timeout. What a shot by Castillo. He was about 2 steps behind the arc, and he bombed that one in.
Well, he had to fire away, Wyatt, because I think Jaden Dawson and Trey White and Melvin Council have done a great job of guarding the guard threats that K-State has. When you think about P.J. Haggerty and David Castillo, they have not been given many opportunities. Castillo's hardly touched the ball. They're overplaying him. So when he had a chance on the right side, Wyatt, to come back toward the ball and get his hands on it, that's the aggressive style he has got to have. Remember, Abdi Bashir is not playing for K-State. Castillo needs to be in there. You can't count on Taj Manning making every one, even though he has 2 3-point makes today as K-State bombs from the outside. They've got 8 of 16 attempts and lead 28-26.
Meantime, Kansas is just 1 of 2 from distance. They're more of an inside team most of the time, but again playing without Peterson tonight. KU ball, just under 6 minutes to go in the half. K-State by 2.
Three-quarter court pressure by K-State.
6-0 run by the Wildcats over the last 30-plus seconds. Here's Council with it.
And
off to Dawson.
Zone for the first time by the Wildcats.
Right side on the drive. There's the ball knocked away, and K-State turns him over. P.J. Haggerty comes away with it. Again, Buka knocking that one loose to a Wildcat. Here's the step through, and now kicking it back is Haggerty. Here's Nate Johnson. Nate, low block on the left. Back out high it goes. Here's Castillo. 15 on the shot clock. David with the ball. Another step back three. That one off the side rim, and the long rebound to KU's Dawson. Jaden Dawson pushes it ahead. Here's Melvin Council right in front of us, now middle of the floor. Off to Trey White, to Jamari McDowell. McDowell on the left side wing. 5 minutes, 8 seconds to go. Kansas State by 2. KU will try to change that right here. Pitch into the corner. White for 3. Won't go. Rebound to P.J. Haggerty. Haggerty's 0 for 5, but he has played really good tonight here defensively. 22 on the shot clock. Here's Buka. Off to P.J. Haggerty. Shot clock is at 15 for K-State. P.J. on the drive, through the lane, into the corner. Back inside it goes. Taj Manning with it. 9 to shoot. Kicks it back out to Castillo. David with the ball. Gets a screen from Taj Manning. Castillo with 3. On the drive. Turnaround jumper blocked. Nice play by Council. Melvin pushes the ball. Here's the spinning move into the lane, and a whistle and a foul on Nate Johnson.
They don't call traveling anymore, so I guess there wasn't a travel as he spun. Looked like he took an extra step, and then moving to the basket gets to the free throw line, and Kansas is getting to the free throw line a lot tonight.
Nate Johnson. Oh, they're going to call that one on Taj. I beg your pardon. So that will not be a foul on Nate. It will be Taj Manning's first. So Council to the line. Free throw, good.
This will be free throw number 6 and 7 attempted by Kansas. Remember, they are powering the ball in. I'm not saying anything about the officials.
Right.
K-State has shot 2. But here's something that's really important, Wyatt. KU in their first 3 Big 12 games, which they probably should have lost, all of them, their opponents had 24 or more free throw attempts. In their last 3 wins, no opponents had more than 16.
Wow.
So they've cleaned up their defense, not fouling, and tonight, K-State only 2 free throws.
Council long on this one. Kostic is the rebounder for Kansas State, so the Wildcats still lead. 4:20 to go here in the first half. Here's Castillo with the basketball, right wing. Right-handed dribble. Now back to the middle of the floor with a left-handed dribble. Off to Nate Johnson. Johnson with it with 13 on the shot. 4:06 to go. Castillo, a right side 3 ball, rattles out. That was a good look and a long look, but it rolls out of there. KU on the move. Here's Council into the lane. Scoop shot. Oh, my, what a play there. Council with 9, and KU back in front, 29-28.
That's so hard because he was going right to left at a 45-degree angle across the lane and flipped it kind of with his right hand on the left side and got it off the backboard and in.
Super play there. 15 on the Wildcats shot clock. They go inside. Kostic threw it away. Here comes Kansas. Council running, kicks it left to Dawson, fakes the 3, cut off. Council a triple on the left, no. Long rebound to Badunga. Flory Badunga with the ball on the right side of the floor. 3:22 to go in the period. Here's Badunga into the lane against Taj. Turnaround jumper, won't go, and the rebound to Taj Manning. Oh my, Brooke Wells with a late call and a foul against the Wildcats. Holy smokes, that will be number 5 against the Wildcats. We go to break, 3:16 before the break. KU leads 29-28 on the K-State Sports Network from Learfield. That foul before the break against Nate Johnson is second, and Wildcat foul number 5. Here's Trey White, skips it to the right. They lob it down for Tiller on the right baseline. He works into the lane against Buka. Spins, left-handed hook, got it. Tiller, just a redshirt freshman, already in double digits with 10. KU leads 31-28. Good post move there.
I think he's better on defense, but tonight he's been very good working inside.
2:50 to go in the first half. Here's Castillo with the ball. David up top, left-handed dribble. Drifts towards the left, and it goes to Buka. Buka skips it high right to Nate Johnson. Johnson with the basketball. Dribbles between his legs a couple of times on the right. 6 to shoot. Here's Buka, 5 to shoot. 4 to shoot, 3 to shoot. Buka to the rim. Shot up, no good on the left-handed hook from about 7 feet.
And he had a smaller Trey White on him. Missed opportunity.
Yep. Here's a drive by Elmarco Jackson. He's quickly doubled. Gets it into the corner right side. Dawson misses the 3. Long rebound to PJ. Haggerty on the move. Drives against Council. Shot here and whistling a foul. Good play by the Wildcats guard, PJ Haggerty, to draw a foul there. And it will go against the Jayhawks. Elmarco Jackson, his second. Jayhawk foul number 4.
Good hustle to get to a long rebound that actually bounced. And that's what PJ Haggerty has to do. It's the first time he's gone to the free throw line. White, he has not yet scored tonight. So that's where he needs to hurt teams, and he gets fouled trying to drive the ball to the basket.
He also got hit in the face, and I think maybe the eye area, he was blinking trying to shake that off, and he'll go to the line. It looks like his right eye. He's 0 for 5 from the floor. He's missed 1 3. He has 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and no turnovers in 17 minutes. Let's see if we can get him going, because the Wildcats have a scoring drought going of 3 minutes and 42 seconds. PJ, this year at the line, has made 100 of 140. That's 71.5%. 1,877 career points for Haggerty. Shot here for the leading scorer in the league. It's good, his first point. Kansas on top. Our score, 31-29.
You want to add some free throws to the fact you've been a good three-point shooting team.
Yeah. PJ Haggerty, 14 times has been at 20 or more points, and 3 times above 30. The man can score the basketball. Shot here, good. It's 31-30.
Really good in the second half when you think about the 28 points he had in the second half out of 34 to beat Utah just a couple days ago.
2:08 to go. This is an important couple of minutes here for both clubs. Here's Council with the ball, off to Dawson. Dawson dribbles to the right side. Top of the circle, Council. Now to Badunga on the left. Into the corner, White. There's the lob for Tiller. Tiller, left low block. Turns, shoots, no, and a foul on K-State's Taj Manning. That hurts. Taj Manning will pick up a second foul. That is 6 against the Cats. It will send KU back to the free throw line, and they have been there, it seems to be a lot. They're 4 of 7. K-State is 2 of 4. Doesn't sound like a lot, but Tiller goes again to the free throw line for KU. 6'11" redshirt freshman.
They're making physical moves and really deliberate moves, bouncing off the Wildcat defenders and then turning with purpose. And they've been rewarded with points in the paint and foul shots.
Points in the paint, 20 for Kansas, 4 for Kansas State. And that's their strength, there's no doubt. It is not K-State's. Tiller with 11 of KU's 32. Also 9 for Melvin Council.
K-State's good at fast break points, and they need to get out and run a little bit tonight.
This one a little bit short, but it crawls up and over the rim. That's 12 for Tiller. 33-30 KU. Tiller is out of the lineup now. Jayhawks bring Jamari McDowell back in. K-State will be pressured. They need some help. PJ gets the ball on the inbounds right under the bucket for KU, and he'll bring it up the floor as the Jayhawks back off. 1:45 to go in the half. Here's Haggerty with the ball, working left side. On the drive, got Badunga in the air and a whistle and a foul. Good play again by PJ to find a way. This is Badunga's first KU foul number 5.
It's hard to get a foul on Badunga, but you're looking at one of the leading scorers in the country, and he went in and pump faked, hit the brakes, and got Badunga up into the air, and then a second defender came over and was part of whacking him as well.
Yeah, it would have been a foul on Tiller too.
Well, Tiller is smart to not let it be a three-point play.
Shot is off the mark here for PJ. He's 2 out of 3. 3-point lead for Kansas, 33-30. The Cats, 0 of their last 4 from the floor. They have no field goals in the last 4-13. PJ's free throw here is good. So he has 3 points in the half. It's 33-31 Kansas. Up the floor they come. Melvin Council down the right sideline. Off to Jarmari McDowell. Now to Badunga up high. Left side to Dawson. He will drive. Kicks it off to the right side. 17 on the shot. We go under 90 seconds to go. And here's a pass that somehow went off the leg of the Wildcats' P.J. Haggerty. Not sure who that pass was for. That was not a good pass.
He was trying to throw it to the corner, Wyatt, and Kostic did a great job of getting his hands up. It went off Kostic, then off another Wildcat like a pinball out of bounds.
KU to play it. 13 on the shot clock. There's the lob for Badunga right of the lane. Flory needing some help. Dribbles a couple of times. Nearly lost the ball. Gets it back. Now shovels it ahead. Gets a return pass. And a big-time throw down for Badunga, and he's got 4. Man, Badunga makes it 35-31 with that dunk, and that was done with some power for the big man.
Power. He tried to dunk one earlier when the Wildcats' Buka was in his way and he was too far away from the basket, but this time he was all over it, throwing it down just like he should.
Minute 15 to go. K-State trailing 35-31, and Nate Johnson will come in for C.J. Jones for K-State.
Before Nate Johnson came in, I looked out on the floor, and K-State had 4 guys that they were playing with that were backups for almost all the year, and 2 of them who really don't play that much, and K-State's counting on them here in this rivalry game.
Here's the inbounds to Haggerty. He will take it into the lane. Little floater, tough shot, the follow by Buka. Doreen Buka with a half a dozen. That makes it 35-33 Jayhawks.
He has been so good.
He really has. Here's the drive. Council. Oh, he hit that one too.
So has he.
Council has 11 on the right side floater. 37-33. KU on top as we go under a minute to go.
Those are not easy shots he's making.
Here's Castillo with the basketball. Works out near the 10-second line. Now gives the ball up to P.J. Haggerty. Haggerty, high right, drives against Badunga. High off the window, yes sir! That is 5 for P.J. Haggerty. That was a great shot, and it's 37-35.
That's little guy beating big guy to the basket.
28 seconds to go in the half. KU with the ball. Here's Council on the drive. Tough shot. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound to Buka. Outlets to P.J. Haggerty. P.J. into the lane. Spins. Fakes. He'll try to kick it back out and does.
They should wait for the last shot.
Yeah, probably so. 11 seconds to go.
They should not have been attacking. They got lucky.
Yeah, and a timeout. Coach Tang wanted a timeout about maybe 5 or 6 seconds before K-State actually got it. 9.7 to go. K-State only down 2, and let's see if they can tie or take the lead right here.
Good defense by the Wildcats. Down by 4, needed to stop and then go the other way. P.J. Haggerty starting to feel it, so he attacked and went in there and was working around the middle of the lane, but it was stopped by bigger guys, and he's had his shot blocked in that situation before, so he said, no, let's kick it out. But I was saying to myself, because I'm not the coach, last shot. So it's good that K-State gets a reset. 9.7 seconds left. Shot clock's not an issue. The Wildcats need to make sure they take the last shot of the half.
Let me make a point or two here. Coach Tang said that in pregame he wanted to hold KU down on fast break points. They have only 3 fast break points. Wanted to keep them out of the paint. That's been a little bit of a tougher job. KU has 24 of their 37 in the paint. But K-State fighting here and staying in the game. Let's see if they can tie or take the lead here.
Yeah, great three-point shooting by the Wildcats. Can be a differential to stay with Kansas, who's been scoring with high percentage shots.
Kostic plays it in to P.J. Haggerty. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5. P.J. at the point. Keeps the dribble, gets it up to Castillo. C.J. Jones for the lead. No good, and we will go to break. And it's a 2-point game, and Jerome Tang is clapping for his team's efforts in the first half. At the break, Kansas 37, Kansas State 35. KU will have the basketball. They'll play it far side. They play it in to Melvin Council Jr. as Darren Peterson is sidelined tonight with that left ankle sprain. Council gives it up to Elmarco Jackson, and now to Tiller. Tiller into the lane to Badunga. Looks for the back cut. It's not there. Back to the top it goes to Tiller. Good pass, low block, and the layup good by Badunga. He had his man Buka pinned. He's got 6. And just like that, KU leads 39-35.
That's high-low with the bigs. That's how Bill Self originally brought his strategy to Kansas a long time ago.
PJ in the lane, shot blocked from about 8 feet here, and it was Badunga, but the Wildcats get it back. Nate Johnson for 3. That one rolls off, and the rebound to Kansas. Here's Badunga. Outlets to Council down the right sideline. K-State down 4. KU with the ball. Here's Tiller. Nice bounce into the lane, but it's now taken away by the Wildcats. Good job.
Good job by Taj Manning.
Taj has played well tonight. Here's Castillo at the point, working left side. A minute into the period. Here's Taj at the top for three. That one off the heel. Long rebound to Castillo. Back to PJ, and he'll score. Haggerty with the quick catch and the release and score on the bank. He's got 7. It's 39-37 KU.
How about K-State winning the rebounding battle and getting offensive boards and putbacks?
Long jumper here for Tiller, rattles out. Rebound is to PJ. Haggerty pushing. Here's Castillo, drives. No, the follow is up. No. That was Taj Manning on the miss. And KU the other way with Elmarco Jackson.
Oh, he got in a hurry. He had all the time in the world to come down with the ball.
Elmarco throws up a wild shot and a foul on the rebound. White coming across the lane had the ball, and K-State with a foul. It will be the second against Buca and the first in the half against the Wildcats. KU on top, 39-37. To the line is Trey White. He's been held to 3 points. Let's put that into perspective. He is 19th in the league in scoring at 15 a game, and he's 16 a game in league play.
And the highest scoring KU player available tonight with Darren Peterson not available.
Shot here is good by Trey White. He's played a lot of basketball. This is his 114th career game. Stan mentioned a year at USC, then Louisville, then Illinois, and now Kansas.
5 double-doubles already for KU this year.
Had a career high of 29 and 14 in Clemson back in 2014, so he can ball a little bit and knocks this one down and has 5. 41-37 KU. Under 18 and a half to go in the ball game in the Dillon Sunflower Showdown. K-State with it. Here's PJ Haggerty. Left side wing with the left-handed and now right-handed dribble. They jump out and double him. PJ gets it to Buca. Shot clock is at 12. Buca gives it off to Nate Johnson. 9 to shoot. Johnson, foul line, stops. Nice kick out. Three-pointer for Taj. Get in there. That one off the front rim, and KU will clear the glass. K-State one and done that time. Here's Melvin Council, right side. That's a walk. That's a walk on Jamari McDowell on the right wing.
Yeah, he caught it, changed his foot pattern, picked both feet up to shoot. They'll allow you to do that this year, Wyatt. They don't call that a travel, but when he didn't shoot it, they go, wait, you can't do that and pass the ball.
41-37 KU. K-State will try to cut into that lead here. Here's PJ Haggerty. He will drive to the foul line. Kicks it to the right. Ball belongs to Castillo. Little floater, left it short. Taj had his hand on it but couldn't hold it. It's out of bounds. And they're going to say it's KU basketball. That's Tommy Johnson with that call. K-State will sub here as Andre Kostic will head to the scores table, and the students love that. He was terrific in that first half for the Wildcats. Kostic was 4 out of 5 from distance, and he will replace Nate Johnson at the 17:36 mark, and the Cats down 4. Melvin Council will bring it up the floor for Kansas. Into the front court he goes, from left to right. Council works to the left side. Here's Jamari McDowell, gets a screen from Bidunga. Into the corner, top of the circle, White fakes the 3, drives left of the lane, fakes again, jumps into Castillo, and David fouled him. Castillo will be called for his first. That's the Wildcats' second foul of the half.
KU powers the ball in and therefore creates fouls and gives themselves opportunities to get to the free throw line much more often than K-State, and it's showing up in this game.
K-State basketball brought to you by Intrust Bank, the official home of Wildcat credit and debit cards. Pay with pride only from Intrust Bank. White at the line. First free throw. Perfect. White now with 6. He's 3 for 3 at the line. KU leads 42-37.
Not the guy to foul. The best free throw shooter on Kansas' team at 85%.
Yes, sir. 79% in his career. He's been there in excess of 375 times, so he gets to the line in his career. KU by 5. White could make it a 6-point game and does.
K-State led for 3.5 minutes of the first half, and Kansas gets the first push out the gate in the second.
43-37. 17-12 to go in the game. Cats need a bucket right here. Here's Castillo with the ball off to Andre Kostic. Right side it goes for K-State to PJ Haggerty. Haggerty left-handed dribble. He drives right side lane line. Shot up the window is good. What a play there by PJ. He's got 9.
Key is he shot the ball as he was starting his jump before the defense could respond and made it easily.
Here's Council into the right corner. Jamari McDowell with the ball. Now to Trey White. Back to the point. Here's Council with it. Shot clock for KU at 11. 16:35 to play in the game. Here's Council with a ball screen. Driving shot, no. Ball is tipped. Council saves it. Tries to throw it off a Wildcat. It's deflected out. And actually the last guy to touch it was Trey White.
And the ball was so high as it was getting close to the KU bench, all he could do is jump up and barely tip it as it flew into the crowd off the Jayhawks.
Taj Manning will come in and give Doreen Buka a blow. Doreen doesn't play a ton of minutes, generally speaking, 12 and a half, but he's been called on to play so many more now that K-State has been beset by injuries.
And he's so good tonight, he better maximize the minutes tonight.
No doubt. 43-39 KU. They've got the lead, but K-State the ball now. Here's Kostic out to Castillo. Bounces it off to P.J. Haggerty. Almost 4 minutes deep into this period. Here's P.J. on the drive. Fadeaway jumper. That one may have been partially blocked. It barely drew iron. And KU with a stop and the ball.
Shot was affected by Badunga.
No question. He can do that. We go under the 16-minute mark. Here's Badunga up top. Drives left side. Keeps the dribble. Off it goes to Trey White. White to Tiller. Tiller on the left side wing. Now to McDowell. Jamari open, a long three ball. That one rolls off. Rebound to Tiller. He'll take it right back up. Left it short and a foul. Whoa, wow, 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 wow. Not a lot of contact there. Brooks Wells with the call. And it will go against K-State here, and we'll tell you more about it when we come back. K-State's third foul. They're going to say Castillo with the foul, his second. They're 4 for 4 at the line, though, in this half, and now make it 5 for 5 as Tiller has 13 points. KU on top, 44-39. 15:43 to go.
I'll tell you what, Doreen Buka's work for K-State has been. He's the only player with a plus-minus that's positive. Everybody else on the floor, when they've played, Kansas has outscored them by a little bit or more. He has, while he's on the floor, been a part of outscoring KU by 5.
45-39 Kansas. A little bit of pressure here by the Jayhawks. K-State will bring it up the floor with Castillo and Nate Johnson. David into the front court from right to left. Dribbles between his legs a couple of times. Bounces it off to P.J. Haggerty. We go under 15 and a half. Here's Haggerty with the ball. He'll work against Delmarco Jackson. Into the corner. Kostic a three. That one off the rim. Rebound to Kansas. That's Melvin Council who dropped down to corral that one. KU on the run. Here is White into the right corner. Three-pointer on the way. That one no good. Badunga over the back of Taj Manning gets the rebound on the KU miss by McDowell. Here's Badunga on the drive, and he'll lay it in. Badunga with 8. Fans wanted a foul there over the back, but did not get it. It's 47-39, and that's KU's biggest lead in the game right here.
They led 17-10 early, but now are we going to get a warning or a technical foul on Jerome Tang? And KU just got their largest lead of the game. K-State was not happy with the action down on that offensive sequence for KU where they got a rebound, but Andre Kostic also started to leave too early on a long rebound, Wyatt, so it's partially K-State's problem as well, not doing what they want to do, but here KU gets to go to the free throw line.
Free throw is good for Trey White. He's got 8. He's 5 for 5 at the line. KU leads 48-39. A technical on the Wildcats. Shot here for White is good. He's got 9.
And they lead by 10.
So a technical on the bench, and more than likely it was Coach Tang.
6 quick points by the Jayhawks.
That's a problem. Over 48 seconds. Cats with it here. Right side. Haggerty into the lane. Up and under move. Got it. Banked it home. Nice play by PJ. He's got 11. Double figures for a 20th consecutive game. It's 49-41.
Will he be second half hot? That's the question.
14 minutes, 33 seconds to go. Here's White out high. Bounces it to Badunga. Right of the lane. Off to McDowell. McDowell at the point. Looks left, goes that way to Council. He's wanting the lob. It's not there. Wanted White. Instead goes to McDowell. McDowell, a right side triple. No. Long rebound to Kostic, and K-State will run.
This time he made sure he rebounded before he left.
Kostic into the front court to Castillo. David has it at the top. Looking. Gets it off to Taj Manning.
Dangerous pass.
It was. 14 minutes to go. K-State needing a hoop here. Down 49-41. Here's Haggerty. Works against the big man. Drives on him. Stops. Kicks it out. Here's Castillo with a 3-ball. Oh, yeah, he got it. David Castillo with 2 triples. Kansas State now with 9, and they're back to within 49-44.
5 straight, and K-State's the first to make a three-pointer in the second half.
13:40 to go. Council to White. Far side, Elmarco Jackson for Kansas. He'll spot up for a triple. No. Long rebound. Badunga over the back again. No call. It's out of bounds. And they're going to say White basketball.
Long rebound again. KU's not making the three-pointer. Good news for K-State. KU's taking the three-pointer. Good news for K-State. But White, you got to corral those long rebounds. They become like bouncing hustle plays sometimes, or even hitting the floor before guys can get to it.
That was a bomb by Castillo. C.J. Jones will check in for the Wildcats.
Castillo needs to continue to shoot, I think.
I'm with you.
And Kostic, go ahead, shoot the 3 ball.
Cats down 5. Castillo will come out for a moment. Here's the inbounds to Elmarco Jackson. To White. To McDowell. Middle of the floor, Badunga. Now to Council. Council with the screen from Badunga. He'll fire up the triple straight on. Got it. Nice shot there by Council. He's got 14. That's his first 3. It's just the second for Kansas, but they lead it now 52-44. KU 2 of 11 from distance. Here's PJ on the drive, and he slips but is fouled. They're going to call a foul on Badunga. It will be Badunga's second. KU's first foul comes at the 13:05 mark.
Well, to be fair, this is how we get the game called now. If you're a KU fan, you're like, PJ Haggerty just went in there, jumped, kind of fell over, and they rewarded him. But that's what we've seen all year long. So K-State taking advantage of that opportunity here.
PJ with 11 points in the game. Shot is good, giving him 12. PJ at the line is 4 of 5. He has 5 rebounds, 4 assists. This is kind of what he does. 52-45. This one also good. 13 for PJ Haggerty. 52-46. 13 minutes to go. KU with the ball. Jackson, right side. McDowell to White. Back to McDowell. Right side lane line. Got it off the window. And they're going to call a charge. They're going to call a clear out using his elbow against Badunga. And that's his 3rd and team foul number 2.
He was along the lane line, Wyatt, and they're saying he illegally stepped in to wipe out Doreen Buka. Buka was trying to be a help defender. He's like planting himself in the middle of the lane, waiting very intently to see if I can block shots, and all of a sudden he got hit hard and moved out of the way. So the layup does not count.
It remains 52-46. K-State will have the ball after the foul on Badunga. Castillo brings it up the floor, far side against Council. 12:45 to go. Here's Haggerty at center circle. Gets a screen from Johnson. Here's PJ at the point. Drives left side lane line. Fakes, shoots it up there. A little bit short from about 9 feet. He thought he got hit on the hand, and the officials say no. KU with the ball. They'll set offense here. Here's Council at the point. Coach Tang wanting his guys to pack it in. There's the kick to the left to Elmarco Jackson. He'll drive, and he's fouled by Kostic on the way to the bucket. Kostic with the foul, his first. K-State foul number 4.
He got beat along the baseline, and in the past they would have said he got bumped along the baseline, Wyatt, and ball out of bounds for Kansas. But now they say he'll allow a continuation, even though he's behind the backboard and no chance of getting the ball close to the basket. Smart play by KU to get to the foul line.
Jackson's free throw right down the well. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. It seems like KU has been to the line all night. They're 15 of 18. K-State is 5 of 8. Jackson with a second. That one good too. 9 for Elmarco Jackson. Perfect 5 for 5 at the line for Elmarco. K-State down 8. They have trailed by as many as 10. That was at 49-39. K-State's biggest lead was at 28-26. 12 minutes to go. Here's Nate Johnson in the corner. Buka at the free throw line. Probably could have shot that one, did not. And the ball out of bounds. And it will send us to break. We'll take it with 11:56 to go. Wildcats trailing 54-46. And the Wildcats have made A lot of threes tonight. They're 9 of 24, but only 1 of 5 in this half.
That's the key, only one. They need to be a better three-point shooting team in this half. P.J. Haggerty starting to score 8 points in the second half.
PJ to play it, baseline near side. Coach Tang intently watching down and to our left. There's the lob to the big man, Doreen Buka. Gets a screen, looks left, looking for a cutter. Now finds Johnson. He'll have to fire up a prayer, and that one did not hit the back, or it hit the backboard but not the rim. It's a shot clock violation, and the fans reacted because it was caught by Taj and he banked it home, but after the shot clock had expired.
With a timeout, coming out of a timeout, Wyatt, you just hate to see that you get a shot clock violation. It's not what any coach would want, and KU's defense is the best part of their team.
They are going to look at this just to make sure. We'll see what we see. Couldn't tell if that hit the rim on the first try or not. But I think they're going to say it will belong to Kansas, and they do. So a shot clock violation against the Wildcats. They haven't turned it over a lot tonight. That's just their 5th. Elmarco Jackson plays it in to Melvin Council Jr. Back to Elmarco, far side. Bounces it off to Jamari McDowell. 11:38 to go. KU with the ball and the lead. It's 54-46. K-State would love a stop here. Council to Jackson on the left wing. Now to Tiller at the high post. Tiller, a couple of dribbles of the ball towards the left side. Off to Council. Council into the lane. Shot blocked by Buka, but he gets it back. He'll take it right back up. Reverse layup won't go, but Tiller is there, and he scores. They're going to wave it off on a shot clock violation.
The key is when Kansas got the ball after the first block, they airballed the next shot. If they wouldn't have airballed it, then the last shot would have counted, but because it didn't hit the rim, they follow K-State's shot clock violation with their own.
11:14 to go. K-State with the ball, trailing 54-46. P.J. Haggerty far side. Here comes Buka to screen. Now he goes away. P.J. on the drive, working right side into the lane. Back to Castillo. He'll drive. He stops. Got away with a little shove there and scores. Good play by Castillo. He has 8 in the game, and that makes it 54-48. Good play by David Castillo.
Yeah, very physical. About 4 feet away from the basket and was able to make it.
20 on the shot clock for Kansas. Here's Elmarco Jackson. Has it between the rings out high. Now to McDowell. McDowell, long 3. That one is no good. Ball is tipped. KU's got it. White. Tiller kept it alive. Here's Elmarco Jackson. Off to Council for 3. No. Long rebound to Kostic. K-State with under 10.5 to go with the ball. Here's P.J. Haggerty. 10:20 left. Wildcats with it here. Here's PJ. Crossover dribble. To the rim. He'll score! PJ Haggerty with 15. He's been terrific in the half. It's 54-50. K-State claws back to it in 4.
Yeah, good lane, right lane line drive. Stop and start. Beats KU to the bucket for an easy layup.
Heck of a play there. Here is Tiller. Tiller has it into the lane. Stops, fakes, shoots, long, rebound. Oh, and another whistle.
They're saying it's on the rebound. And Nate Johnson saying that didn't happen. I didn't do it.
Nate will pick up his 3rd foul. That is 5 against the Cats.
Badunga's back in, Wyatt. He went to the bench at the 12:53 mark with his 3rd foul.
He is back in, so is Trey White, or I beg your pardon, so is Jaden Dawson.
Next foul against K-State, KU shooting free throws.
Jumper baseline on the inbounds is Trey White. That was too easy. He's got 11. 56-50 Jayhawks. Just under 10 minutes to play. K-State with the ball in the Dillon Sunflower Showdown. Busy day in the Big 12, a full slate of 8 games. 1 game is all that remains after hours. Cincinnati at Arizona State. Here's PJ. Kicks it to the left. Castillo a 3-ball. That one is a little bit long. Ball is into the hands of Badunga. K-State tried to steal it. PJ Haggerty had it for a second, but not full control, and here's KU with it. Council with the ball. Right side Elmarco. Jackson for 3. Good. Elmarco Jackson with 12. He's hurt the Cats. That's their 3rd triple. That makes it 59-50.
Only his 10th three-point make of the year, but boy, he lined that up and he knew he was going to make it wide open.
Yeah, he sure did. 9 minutes to go. Here's Haggerty with the ball. PJ will drive against Badunga. Fakes, got into him, and a walk is called. K-State will turn it over for the 6th time. And here comes Taj Manning into the ball game for the Cats. Now C.J. Jones also will check in for Buka. Kostic will be the other Wildcat who checks out here.
K-State pulled within 4, Wyatt, but now back to 9.
59-50 as we go under the 9-minute mark here at Bramlage. Good turnout for this one despite the awful weather outside. Right side, White drives inside, loses the ball. K-State pushes it away from them. Here's PJ on the drive to the rim and a whistle and a foul. Haggerty goes down, fouled on the play. Kip Kissinger with the call, and it's going to go against Melvin Council, his first. That is the 3rd foul against the Kansas Jayhawks.
K-State is giving the ball to PJ Haggerty now, and almost every set is him getting a ball screen, deciding what he wants to do, usually on the right side of the court, and he'll maneuver around, go into the lane, drive, and if he doesn't want to shoot it, he'll stop and kick it out, and then becomes the second part of the K-State offense.
PJ 5 of 6 at the line, has 15 points, and this one is good, giving him 16 in the ball game. He's 6 of 7 at the line. That makes it 59 Kansas, 51 Kansas State.
They're putting the load on his decision-making and ability to score. And you hope you get complimented with some three-point shots on an inside-out pass if he chooses not to keep it.
Here's the shot. Good for PJ. 17 for him. 59-52 Kansas. K-State will man up defensively here. Council into the front court. Works to the right to Elmarco Jackson. Back to Council. Left side to White. Trey has the ball up over his head. Now gives it to Dawson. Out front with 10 to shoot. Here's Council with it. Driving into the lane. Tough shot off the window. Did not draw iron, and the rebound to Kansas State's Taj Manning, and they're going to call a charge on Taj.
Taj Manning got the rebound with KU players around him. Had the ball above his head, Wyatt, and was pulling away from one player. Moved his right elbow to his right side and happened to have a KU player standing behind him. And they're going to say, oh, he got hit in the face. But there's no way Taj Manning would ever know someone was behind him after he turned to head up court.
And they'll look at this. Tell us what you're looking at, Kip. We all know what it is, but you're supposed to tell us.
Yeah, it's a basketball play, and it really you could almost call a foul against Kansas for hitting him as he had the ball. Was just trying to start his pivot.
We'll go to break. We'll have more when we come back.
Wyatt, the last thing we said before we went to break is I said that could be a foul against Kansas, Melvin Council, for running into Taj Manning, who was looking down court and had his elbow hit from behind. They called the elbow into the face and initially said foul against K-State. They actually went to the monitor, changed the foul. It's against KU, and K-State gets the ball, and Manning does not have 3 fouls.
So KU with a 4th team foul, Council with his 2nd, and K-State with the ball. So take the 3rd away from Taj, and Council gets his 2nd. K-State with the basketball with 8 minutes to go. Castillo with it. Off to PJ Haggerty out near the timeline right in front of us. He'll work left side. Badunga helping out. He'll step back and shoot the 3. Swish! PJ Haggerty with 20. K-State with 10 threes, and they have crawled to within 59-55.
He's on the left side instead of the right. They're ready for him to start to drive, and he didn't. He just knocked it in from 3.
Trey White with the ball. Off to Melvin Council. Council up top with the dribble. To the high post to Badunga. He'll turn and drive. Spins, lays it up. No. Rebound and a whistle and a foul. Another foul coming here against K-State.
I think it's a late call that they're going to say the foul occurred on the shot. So I think it'll be KU at the line with 2 free throws. We know it'll be at least 1 and 1.
Manning with the foul. It is this time his 3rd. It is K-State foul number 6. Badunga fouled before the timeout by Taj Manning, and he'll go to the free throw line. He is 0 for 2 tonight. Stan mentioned earlier, though, for a big man, not a bad foul shooter at 71%. The lefty puts it up there and makes it, and he's got 9. 60-55, Jayhawks by 5.
You want to position yourself in this next 4 minutes or so, Wyatt, to be right with KU. Let the crowd go crazy. probably play Sandstorm and see if they can push over the finish line and get a victory.
This one a little bit strong, and Kostic the rebounder for K-State. Cats trailing 60-55, 7:20 to go, and with the ball, PJ walks it into the front court. Haggerty with 20 again tonight, 7 of 8 at the foul line. Here's Taj Manning up high. Taj with the ball up over his head, looking for help, finds Nate Johnson. Johnson with the ball, looking left. Now we've got a whistle away from the play, of the ball at least, and a foul against the Jayhawks.
KU does not get a lot of steals, Wyatt. They're not in the passing lane to get steals, but boy, they do a good job of marking people who are cutting out as guards to come get the basketball where it's hard for them to get the ball to score.
The foul is against Council, his third. Here's Haggerty. He's quickly doubled, steps through that, and a foul against Elmarco Jackson. Jackson, his third, team foul number 6, 1 away from the penalty.
PJ Haggerty, they decided to change up their defense, and they jumped him with the double team. They had him. K-State's fortunate.
Unhappy with that call.
Yeah, he knew they had a perfect trap on him.
Yep. Here's the inbounds to PJ Haggerty. Shot clock is at 16. K-State in left front court. Here's the drive by PJ. Steps in, fakes, kicks it left. Nate Johnson a 3-ball. That one off the front rim. Rebound to Kansas. And Taj Manning with a bump, and Jackson goes down, and now Taj in trouble with his 4th foul, team foul number 7. Here comes Buka to replace Taj.
Taj goes out, and Kansas gets a walk to the other end and shoot 1-1.
6:48 to go in this one. We've had just the one tie, 6 lead changes.
Taj avoided that 3rd foul with the reversal, Wyatt, and then he quickly gets 2.
Yeah, isn't that something? A free throw here for Elmarco Jackson. He's 5 for 5 at the line tonight. He has 5 rebounds. Deep knee bend, release high, and good.
He's got big minutes tonight with Darren Peterson down. Marco Jackson's only started 1 game this year.
61-55 Kansas. At the line, they are 18 of 22, and this one is also good.
Gonna have to hit some threes here, Wyatt.
Yep. Cats down 7. 6:42 left. Here's PJ Haggerty into the corner. Here's CJ on the drive. Misses the bank shot over Badunga. Pretty good effort, but a little bit long on the shot by CJ Jones.
CJ struggled 0 for 4 tonight.
Yeah. Here's Council with it. Hands it off to Elmarco Jackson. Works right side to White. White with the ball. Dawson is also back in. Here's White at the point. 10 seconds to shoot. Step back. Bounces to Badunga. He will spin in the lane. Jump hook. Good with the left hand. That was something beautiful there. 11 for him, and it's 64-55 Kansas.
He wouldn't have made that move if the shot clock wasn't running down, but because it was, he said, I'm going to go and try to make it, and he did.
Badunga's now 5 of 8 from the floor. He also has 8 rebounds. Under 6 to go. K-State trailing and with the ball. Looking for Kostic. They find him. 3-pointer on the way. That one is strong. Rebound to KU. K-State has not made the threes in this half like they did in the first. They're 2 out of 9. And here's the drive and a bucket and an and one for Council.
Council's good going on the left lane line and using his right hand.
So he has his 16th point. KU with a lead of 66-55. And a foul called here against the Wildcats. It will be their 8th in the period. And the 3rd on David Castillo.
Biggest lead of the night for the Jayhawks. Remember, K-State was within 4 not long ago.
And the free throw here is good for Council. Gives him now 17 points in the game, and here's a whistle. And K-State's going to call a timeout.
KU's outscored K-State 13-5. 8 straight points.
So a 30-second timeout here for K-State. We'll keep it right here and remind you, you're listening to the Dillon's Sunflower Showdown. And our game broadcast sponsor is the Kansas Department of Insurance. Did you know there's a better chance of making a half-court shot than getting your money back from investment fraud? Have a game plan before you invest. Visit smartinvestks.gov. Jayhawks by 12, 67-55. That, of course, their big lead of the game.
Well, you almost have to score every time down the court. I know, not literally, But KU's going to make some. Remember, they're going to get to the free throw line on every foul. They'll shoot 2 free throws, Wyatt, from now on every foul. And you know they don't turn over the basketball much, and they power the ball inside. So they're going to make some points. They're not done scoring. So to come back and make up 12 points, you better start making shots almost every time down. And there's going to have to be some three-pointers included in there. Maybe the old-fashioned three-point play by P.J. Haggerty, or otherwise three-point makes from outside.
K-State a scoring drought of 215. Meantime, KU on an 8-0 run over 149, and they've hit 4 of their last 5 shots, thus the lead of 12 with 5:37 to go. K-State to play it. Kostic right in front of us. There's the inbounds to P.J. Haggerty. P.J. working left side wing. Keeps the dribble. Drives baseline. Shot up, no. And Trey White fouled him from behind. And let's hope P.J.'s okay. He went down really awkwardly and hard.
Yeah, he stayed up in the air long enough to take the hit and try to get the shot off along the left side. Had to work to not hit the back side of the backboard. But when he was doing all that and concentrating, he did not take the fall other than just smashing onto his left side. He didn't get your, sometimes you put your hand down, you do something. This time, really hit hard.
White, his second foul. Jayhawk foul number 7. So K-State to the line with P.J. Haggerty. He's got 20 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, but misses the free throw. And he is now 7 of 9. He's made only 6 of 15 shots, but 7 of 9 at the line and 1 of 2 on triples. Kostic is out now for K-State.
K-State 64% from free throw line. KU 83% tonight. And they've shot more.
Free throw is good, so he has 21, does PJ, and it's 67-56.
Can he get a stop? Three-quarter court pressure by K-State.
Jalen Dawson out for KU. They bring Elmarco Jackson back in the game. Here's White into the front court with a pass far side to Melvin Council. 5:20 to go.
K-State shows zone.
Right side, Elmarco Jackson. They swing it back to Trey White on the left. See if K-State can get a stop with the zone here. Council goes inside for Badunga, drives inside and banks it home. Badunga scores and has 13. He's very quick with that move, and it's 69-56.
He's made 2 big-time baskets with pressure on him, Wyatt.
Biggest lead of the game with just under 5 to play. Haggerty with it. PJ works, drives, stops, forces it. Off the back iron, rebound fought for. Taj has it and tries to kick it back out and throws it away. Unfortunate turnover there for the Wildcats.
He was firing it out either to Haggerty or Johnson, but neither of them thought it was coming their way. And so they both let it go right by him, out of bounds at the other end of the court.
K-State will sub here as quickly as they can. This is Marcus Johnson to the scorer's table and in for Buka.
They're looking for him to hit a 3, Wyatt. So he's going to be guarded by a big. And they say, hey, this guy can shoot. He did in his last stop last year. He's going to have to make one.
KU with it into the front court with 18 on the shot clock. Here's Jackson to Council, left side to White, back to Council. There's the lob inside for Badunga and the flush. Perfectly done. 15 for Badunga, 71-56.
Came into the game talking about how good Badunga was and how hard he might be to stop, and he has put on a show the last 3 possessions.
A 12-1 Kansas run over the last 2:52. Nate Johnson with the ball. Nate stops, pops, 16-footer, good. That's a tough shot. He knocks it down and has 5.
That was a big-time shot.
71-58 Jayhawks as we approach the 4-minute mark. Jackson to Council to White, far side. Back to Council against the zone.
They can run a lot of clock with the zone.
Yep, under 4 to play now. Council has it. Dribbles a bit to the left. Pitches it to the right. Jackson from 3, and oh my, he hit another one. Elmarco Jackson with 17 and 2 threes. That's only 4 triples for KU, but they have come in really opportune times, and it's 74-58. That's a 16-point advantage, and KU rolling right now. And here's a whistle that stops play, and it will send us to break. We'll tell you more in a moment. 3:41 to go. KU on top, 74-58 on the K-State Sports Network from Learfield. P.J. Haggerty at the stripe. He's got 21 and now 22 in the ball game.
Remember I said in the last 3 games where KU's got a winning streak and playing different type of basketball, much better. No opponents shot more than 16 free throws against them. K-State's got 13 tonight with the 14th coming up.
From P.J. Haggerty, and this one is good. 23 for P.J. 74-60 Jayhawks. 3:41 to go, and they play it into Trey White. Off to Elmarco Jackson. PJ trying for the steal against him, but he gets it across the midcourt line with 3.5 to go. Jackson working left side. Elmarco gives it up right side to Melvin Council. 12 on the shot clock. 3:20 to go. Council crossover, drives, left that one way short, but Badunga there to follow and score.
What a difference he's made here. 8 points, Wyatt, that are just Badunga being more crafty at the basket than K-State's defense.
He had 4 in the first half and now has 17. Here's a miss by the Wildcats. Haggerty, and KU the other way with the rebound and up 16. Haggerty is now 6 of 17 after that miss. Here's Council on the drive. Kicks it back out to Elmarco Jackson. 2:48 to go. Jackson working left side to Tiller. We haven't seen him for a little while, but he's been a factor tonight. Here's Badunga on the inside. Turns left. Nice kick to the left side wing. Jackson banks it home. Elmarco Jackson in from the left. How about his game? He's got 19. Elmarco Jackson, that's his best effort. He had 17 against Tennessee earlier this year. K-State inside. Now back up top. Nate Johnson a triple. That one is off the mark and an air ball and out of bounds. Wildcats trail it 78-60 with 2:18 to go.
Okay, he's playing at a whole different level in the last 4 games, including this one. And to just show you, you got to say, Darren Peterson, their star player, didn't even play tonight.
Exactly. They will not play until this next weekend.
This is their week off, basically.
Yep, they play BYU at home next weekend. K-State goes to Morgantown Tuesday night and then back home next Sunday to take on Iowa State. 2 minutes to go. Here's Council on the drive. The floater. Actually, it's a pass, and Badunga stuffs it. He's got 19. 80-60 Kansas getting away from the Wildcats here in the second half. They've outscored them 43-25.
And K-State was behind only 59-55 at one point.
That's it. Here's Castillo on the drive into the lane. Tough shot, left it short. Badunga with another rebound, and that will be his 10th. He'll have a double-double with 19 and 10.
And that was the under 8-minute mark there, Wyatt. And I said K-State needs to play better, get tied, and then make the big push at the end. And instead, the guy I was worried about, Flory Badunga. Remember, K-State's Kamari McGriff not available. And Badunga took advantage of it. He scored a ton here recently.
17-footer will not go for Council. The ball tipped, and it's Tiller who runs it down. Good effort by him. Down to a minute 8, and KU will stall again over on the far side, or at least use clock here.
And K-State's not fouling.
Minute to go. 1 minute to play in the game. Council, right side. There's the lob. Badunga stuffs it over Haggerty. Badunga with 21.
Truly over Haggerty.
82-60 our score. Nate Johnson, good bounce pass to Taj, layup good. Taj Manning with 8. It's 82-62. Kansas will play out the final 45 seconds here. Their shot clock is at 20. K-State fought, but in the second half, KU just that much better. 14 on the shot clock. They've outscored K-State 45-27 in the second half.
Yeah, K-State not a sharp shooting three-point team in the second half.
Council fires up a long 3. That one is strong. Rebound is fought for. Tiller will fire and score. Tiller scores. He's got 16, and it's 84-62 KU. 20 seconds to go.
His second highest scoring total of the year. That hurt K-State that his offensive performance was so strong.
Here's a steal in the back court. The ball is loose. KU will corral it and stuff it. That is going to be Trey White with 13, and it's 86-62 with 9.2 to go.
Bill Self said quit rubbing it in, but KU wanted it. They stole the ball from K-State at half court and then went in and dunked it.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's all over. Our final score, Kansas 86, Kansas State 62. KU improves to 15-5, 5-2 in the league, and the Wildcats are now 10-10 and 1-6 in conference play. The Dillon Sunflower Showdown belongs to Kansas, 86-62. Our postgame show follows in a moment on the K-State Sports Network from Learfield.